The Passionate Leader, because leadership without passion is just the title.
Meeting. We got a collapse in the garage. Get the squad back equipment in here. We got an I-beam gone to a firefighter.
Get that out, urgent, transmit a second along.
This is where titles end and leadership begins. Ask yourself, are we building a fire service culture that develops people and protects what matters most? Or are we defending habits and egos that will outlive our rank and our reputation? This week's episode's a little different. What you're about to hear is a recording from our most recent Sunday Night Live. And while it wasn't planned as a podcast, the conversation deserved to live beyond just one night. Throughout the live, there were roughly 8 different voices that stepped into the discussion, ranking from chief, fire officers, and firefighters, all from different departments, all answering the same question in real time. No scripts, no rehearsed answers, just honest perspectives shaped by real experience. The conversation moved the way real leadership conversations do. It wasn't linear and it wasn't polished. We talked through micromanagement and where it really comes from. We challenged the idea that loyalty should never ever come before competence, wrestled with standards versus gatekeeping, the role of evaluations, preparation, and what accountability is supposed to look like when it's done right. And running through all of it was the truth that we don't say loud enough. The fire service will move on without us, but our people, our families, live with the impact of how we lead long after the shift ends. This episode is raw, it's unscripted, and it's real. It's leadership from the kitchen table, not a podium. Let's get to it. Hopefully everybody's week has been good. Mine's been wonderful. We only have one more week until Christmas. I only have 4 more days of work for the rest of the year, and then I will be off for the remainder of the year. We're going to Montreal for a hockey tournament, and then I'll be home for Christmas, right? Nothing crazy. I'm fortunate enough to not have to work on the holiday or do shift work or anything like that. So I get the holiday off. All right, boys. Are we actually developing people or just surrounding ourselves with those who already agree with us?
Oh, the yes man.
Yep.
Depends on where you're at. And
Yeah.
it depends on at what level you're functioning.
Okay, I can get down with that. Cheers. So I think I've found this question was kind of triggered by some stuff. So as far as surrounding ourselves with those that already agree with us, I think one thing I've found is it's been fun is trying to have, and this platform has done a ton. It's opened up a lot of doors and avenues, is those hard conversations of when you say something that just aggravates somebody. And, but they have the gall to be like, dude, you're wrong. You're off base on that. And then they have the conversation with you and a good friendship actually, blooms from it. I'll use, like, we got Big John in the chat. We can attest to Jeremy. He will tell you what his opinion is. And he certainly did one time with me, and him and I became really good friends after because, I said something and he's like, that's not right. And we had an offline conversation, and I mean, the relationship and friendship that we've forged now is, it's stretched state lines, boundaries, and time zones at this point.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's good stuff.
Happy for you, brother.
Yeah, man. Oh man, we're gonna see if Chief Eddie gets on, because he said he was gonna get on with his ugly Christmas sweater. So we'll see what happens.
Oh goodness.
More of his ugly Christmas shirt, if I will. Listen, this is his idea. He had put something on Facebook. I commented on it. I was like, you know what, dude? Let's do an ugly sweater Sunday. Like, why the hell not? Not to mention next Sunday is the last Sunday before Christmas, and I'll be coming back from Canada. So I will not be able to, I'll probably, honestly, on this iPad on the road, probably crossing the Canadian border at this point. So you guys might get to see border patrol with me. So I ask you guys to behave yourselves.
We won't do that.
Eddie, what is it like? Is it like 90 down there? You're all bundled up. What's the problem with you?
My toes are cold. It's 32 with a
Oh no,
I
muffin.
guess a 10, 15 mile-an-hour wind right now.
Actually,
Uh,
that so for your part of the country, that is relatively cold. I will definitely like I'll pick on you, but like right now 32 would actually be a temperature swing for us if we're being completely honest. Like in a positive.
It's
Yeah, hey,
delayed school for 2 hours.
Oh, seriously?
Y'all definitely.
Well,
Even
look
for
at
the private schools, even for the private schools that doesn't have public transportation, that they don't have to sit outside, they delayed it for them for 2 hours.
Oh wow, okay. I mean, fair enough. We'll do it if it gets like in the single digits to below zero is when they start kind of touching that up here. But you know
Man,
what you
it
guys
barely rains and they put school out down here.
well, but so what's funny for you guys down there though, and I never thought of it much, is a lot of your houses you guys don't build with insulation in the damn things. So like you get into like Texas and stuff, if you guys get a deep freeze like 25, you know, it actually screws the pipes and stuff because you know, there's no heat in the house. You don't generally need heat in those houses. So it's kind of
Yep.
it's definitely a unique experience to say the least. Terry, what's up, man? Welcome to finally hitting a live, dude.
Oh yeah, I'm on shift. I thought I'd jump on here.
Hell yeah. No, that's good. That's good. I mean, I think
Miserable day. Chiefs are out. Mahomes got hurt, so I'm stuck up with. So
I mean, I'll be very honest. I don't like seeing players get hurt. So the Mahomes part, I really wasn't excited about. But after watching the Patriots completely blow a 21-0 lead, and then you know it's so funny. I don't know how your sports people are up there, like your sportscasters, but listening to it up here, you know, that's you know if we're up and we're scoring, we're the best team in the world. Look out, you know, we're running it back Brady style. And then, you know, we have one turnover and it's, you know, it all of a sudden it is the most manic, bipolar disorder you can have with our sportscasters. It's so bad. This is like, oh my, you know, so we lose. And they're like, oh, this is it. You know, I hope they don't make the playoffs because they're no good. And I'm like, you lose one game. Like it is, the defense blew it for us. But like, oh man, like, you know what it is.
That is a very Boston reaction, though.
Oh, dude. It is. It really.
My
really
dad's a
is.
Canadian Bostonian, so I grew up around that my whole fucking life.
It is such a you know, we're great, we suck, we're great, we suck, and it's like, man, you wonder why we die at a young age in New England. Because that has nothing to do with the weather, shoveling snow. It's 100% because it's our sports teams. We love them when we're good, and when we suck, it's the worst depression in the world. Like, don't worry about, you know, losing your dog and your wife in the same day. That's nothing. I mean, we have sports that we lose.
Well, honestly, I never thought I'd see the Chiefs win a Super Bowl in my lifetime.
Right. Well, so because there was a pretty long era when they really weren't, you know, much of a good team.
Oh yeah, I had season tickets. They were super cheap back in the day.
Yeah, right. I love
Andy
it.
Reid brought them a long way.
Yes, he did. Yep.
Does that mean you live in Missouri?
What's that?
You live in Missouri?
I'm on the Kansas side, Kansas City, Kansas.
Oh, okay. I'm on the opposite side of you.
Over St. Louis.
Yeah.
My wife and I were just there a few weeks back. We just took a weekend trip out there.
Oh, and you brought all this fucking cold over here and just
It's totally his fault, dude.
Hey, your weather got loose. You want to take it back?
come down anytime this
Wrangle that stuff
weekend.
up.
Be my guest.
Just looking through my text messages. All right, perfect. Let's get to another question while we're here, because I got a couple of them. Ooh, here's one that popped up today. What is your guys' definition of micromanaging?
Oh.
Go ahead, John. It's yours, dude.
In my opinion, micromanaging is when an officer wants to know everything you do.
Okay.
Right down to, I mean, some had a schedule. I would tell my guys, you know, I want you as proficient at 3:00 in the morning than 3:00 in the afternoon. And I wasn't going to work them to death. But also they say, hey, Cap, I cleaned the head, or hey, Cap, I washed the truck. Tell me when you polish the damn wheels and you know, want
Something
to
different.
want to submarine the truck and clean the bottom. And no, don't do that shit. That's your job.
I like it. Yeah.
So micromanaging, to me, when I hear that word, it's a great euphemism for I don't trust you.
Jason,
Nice.
man, that's a good one, dude. That's
Very
100%.
nice.
100%. So I personally, as a captain, I will never assign a crew member to do something that I don't believe they can do. I will never set anybody up for failure. Number one. And I say that with a perfect understanding that I have been guilty of it because there is a particular way I like some things done. But I think the answer there, though, is if I don't think that particular crew member is going to perform to that standard, I won't assign it to them. I will assign it to somebody who can and will function. I would refuse to set anybody up for failure. I think that's a great way to break morale. And it's a great way to tell somebody that you do not trust them.
That's right.
That's my take on it.
My
I love
experience
that one.
with this has been like I was on a crew with a captain that didn't like training and didn't like working out and just kind of wanted to ride the wave. And so when we would do training without him because he wouldn't get out of bed or wouldn't get off his computer, we would then get training that was even harder and not applicable for what we needed to focus on, or kind of stuff is like retaliatory instead of constructive.
Yeah.
That's kind of where my thought of micromanagement comes from. That's the only way I've really experienced it so far. Hopefully the only way I do, but
Hey, man. Well, it's a buzzword, I think, and it's micromanaging, I think, and this is going to sound, the chief of me talking, it's almost like beauty is in the eye of the beholder. But I think the way that Jason explained it is probably the best way to delineate, because some chiefs just give a little bit more, call it oversharing or over communicating, if you will. Like, hey, I want you to do the floors, use this mop, and that bucket. And it could be because use that mop and bucket because we're getting rid of it, or that other mop and bucket we just use to clean up bile or something like that. It's not necessarily micromanaging, but the problem is where it starts to become it is if you don't explain the why. And it doesn't have to be, you don't have to go into because it's got 32 microfibers and the absorbent factor of that head is, it's one of those that, micromanagement is definitely, it's a big thing in the fire service that,
But what you're describing there, JP, honestly, it's not micromanagement, it's communication.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
So, I mean, I gotcha.
No, I like it. No. I think, your description is honestly probably one of the best that I've had so far. Or like that, of the, it boils down to trust. If what you're saying to me is you're saying it because you don't freaking trust me, then that's micromanaging. That's a damn good way to explain it, dude. I love that. No, that's really good stuff.
I've seen leaders that maybe they don't even realize that they don't necessarily trust you, because that may just be how they were brought up as well too. And I mean, but yeah, if they have to explain something that is pretty much kind of in the job description that you already know to do, they have to tell you to do it and how to do it down to every minute detail. I mean, yeah, it boils.
Yo, yeah, dude.
Right.
I like the old thought process of just tell me what you need done, give me the tools to do it, and get out of my way. And then let me know how I did when we're done. If you feel the need to tell me how to advance a hose line, then yeah, now you're micromanaging. What's that?
Hell yeah, Eddie.
There it is. Oh, boys. There's our ugly Christmas sweat. Dude, what fabric? Is that just...
Oh my God.
Oh,
What-
God.
Is that just...
That's the single thing I've seen today.
Man.
Lord have mercy.
I even made sure at church today that my nipples were in the right places.
Hey, Eddie, I will gladly give you my wig, son. I'd go after it.
That's fantastic.
Sean, did you have that wig before you met Mudflap, or did you go out and find it after?
No, I had it before. With everything with my heart and medical stuff, the guys were like, "Hey, my old A shift, we're like, hey, we're gonna get together, we're gonna kidnap you," and so basically it just started as a joke. Once we got there and everybody started coming in, I had it on and my cowboy hat, and everybody, once they got there, they're like, "What the hell? I said, yeah, retirement's been hell. I've been smoking dope, jumping rope, and eating watermelon. Why? Because I don't like cantaloupe.
Oh my god, I love it.
Are you
I
gonna vote later now? I mean, I'm just curious. Are you even going to vote on the ugly sweater thing
I
now, or
mean,
does he just win by
so
acclamation?
I was gonna say I think Eddie just takes it. I don't think
Yeah.
there's anybody else that just has it. I mean, I had pondered on just going without a shirt on and just like hanging little like small Christmas ornaments from like my
I
chest
thought
hair.
about that too. I thought
Oh,
about
dude,
hanging
I
them
love it.
from here, and I was like, I'm on shift. I don't want to get cleaned out.
That's even better. So listen, so so was a Friday was my last Friday of the year because I'm taking off this Friday. And I walk into the office, and of course we'll wear our red shirts on Fridays, which is that's typical. And
We do that too.
so the chief and our secretary look at me and they go, "Nice sweater." And I go, "Here's the deal." I said, "The town actually just enacted a new ugly sweater Fridays and on Christmas time." And then they're both like, "Oh, they did? When did that start?" I'm like, "This morning when I couldn't find my red shirt." So of course I'm like, whatever. Like I'm just in the office all day today. Not a big deal. Not even 15 minutes later, we get popped for a car accident. So there I am driving the brand new truck down the road with this. I'm like, this is great. This is just good stuff. Oh man.
So this is, I guess it's like a polyester material. I'm kind of cold blooded, as in I get cold easy. So I wore it to church this morning thinking I'd be nice and warm. There's nothing warm about it.
You
Did you
wore
got a
up to
concussion,
church
went to
this
Dave?
church
morning?
in that?
That's fantastic.
But yes, I went to church with this.
Lord, please bless him of his heathenistic ways.
First in the flames walking into there with that.
I
Oh
was
my
expecting
God.
the preacher to call me up and lay hands on me and pray for me, but he didn't. He just called everybody else because they were sitting around me.
He was trying to figure out why you had boobs.
Oh my freaking God, I love it. I mean, yeah, right now I think Eddie so I'm not sure if she's still about guys. Madison is in the comments. She actually this is a big thing for a lot of people. She just hang on, bear with me. Go back. She passed her EMT. She's going for NREMT. So good luck
Good
with that.
luck.
I think the
Good luck.
NREMT actually is one of the hardest tests I've ever taken. What I can say is if you go on to Apple and Spotify, one or the other, or even YouTube, I just had a conversation with the motivated paramedic from TikTok, and we talked about ways to actually pass the NREMT and stuff like that. Give it a quick listen. It's a two-part episode or two-part conversation rather.
Medic Test has a really good simulator too that is almost identical
Okay.
to the NREMT. I would vouch for it through and through.
That's what
I don't know
used
about you guys, but for me, it was it's how different the test is compared to the class.
Yeah.
It really it threw me for a loop because I studied thinking it was gonna like kind of like what friction like just random questions on your fire exam, like what's friction loss in a in an 1 3/4 hose, what's the GPM, and then just dumb questions like that. And then of course once I get scenario based questions, I was like I don't know what to do with this nonsense. And then what they do that really cool well yeah, right, what was the what do they call it, the adaptive test. There's like
Yeah, the 70 to 120.
dude, the dumbest thing I have ever done. I will say one thing that this platform does not necessarily endorse is the use of adaptive tests. I really don't. I understand, like I'm sure there's a good reason behind it, but honestly, like just to be like, yeah, so 3 of these options are right, but you have to find the most right one. And depending upon what right one you choose is the path that you go down. And if you
Yeah.
choose the least right correct answer, you're going to get 4 more that are identical. And we're going to test to make sure that you actually do it the same way, all 4. It's
If you answer 70
Right.
in less than an hour, you also don't pass the test. It's an instant disqualification. It's
oh,
ridiculous.
really? So if you
How
go
I
too
failed the
fast,
first time. Yeah.
Dude, took me, like I said, it took me 3 times to get through.
Yeah.
The first time I bombed it. Second time I used YouTube and I was like, yeah, just take your time, read the questions, really think them through. So I took my time and I'm nearing the end of the timeline. And I'm like, man, I forget what number I was at as far as tests or questions. And I timed out negatively. And then of course I did better, but I failed. So then finally I learned the acronym VOMIT after doing some more YouTube research. Which for an EMTB is vitals, oxygenation, medications, intervention, and transport. And the thought process is if you read the question, look what it gives you for options as far as if it gives you the vitals for the patient, did it give you, do you have to give them oxygen or whatever the case is? Can you give them medications? What interventions you would do, and then you would transport. So I just kind of went on that, dude, and I got the blue screen of death. I was like, dude, this is great. I'm heading down the world of remediation. I love having to take more medical classes. And then next thing I know, I get an email that I passed. I was like, oh, geez, I got real lucky on that one.
I refreshed mine for 45 minutes till it came in. I was like, there's no way.
Let me give you all a state of Florida perspective, because I know you guys are all up north, right?
Actually, there's a few down in the Georgia and Carolina area.
Right. So yeah, the state of Florida back when I took my EMT, Jesus God, I don't want to go into that time. But when I took my EMT, it was all NREMT. That was the only thing we could do back in the state of Florida. So, and it was the same way. It was, hey, you'll either get like 90 questions or you'll get 140 questions. So it all depends on how you do and where you're at and things like that. But you have to remember, it's all about RTFQ squared. Read the fucking question twice. Excuse my language. But it's all about RTFQ squared. Yeah, you're going to have, it's not going to be 3 that are right. It's going to be 2 that are absolute BS and 2 that are similar, but one is more right than the other, and it's okay. And just remember, with the NREMT, all you need's an 80. So I mean,
true. A pass is a pass, man. That's the way I look at it.
That's it. There's no letter grade on your certificate.
Amen. Thank God that there isn't, because I think a lot of us that are street smart are book stupid, or the other way around. You're book smart and street stupid. I'd rather be street smart and book stupid than the other way around. For being honest,
100%. I'd rather be street smart. Yep.
Yeah, amen.
I mean, 70's passing. If you don't matter if you're a good doctor or not, you passed it, right?
I mean, I'm going in for surgery in January. I don't plan on asking the doctor what they got for a score on their med exam. So
you better ask if they took a sip before they done it. That way they got a steady hand.
All I care is that when he rearranges my stomach organs, that he does it the right way. That's all I care.
What are you going in for, a C-section?
No, God, gosh, pretty freaking close. Listen, somebody referred to what I'm going to have after I have the surgery as a pouch and not a stomach, and now I kind of have a complex, if we're being honest. Like, what am I, a freaking kangaroo? Like,
it's a shelter for your love machine.
For real. I'm like, oh my God.
But seriously, back to Madison. Madison, just relax. Just understand that you've done well in the class. I saw you put in there that you got a 97.6% in your class, and you have no worries. Just remember the ABCs, and it's all about knowing that you know it, and just remember that you can always go back to a question, because I swear to God, when I took that test, it will. Sometimes when you go further into it, some questions that you'll answer yourself with questions that were in earlier that you weren't 100% sure.
Dude, amen, brother.
Best advice I ever got about the NREMT is you got to learn how to, and somebody else said it on here too, read the question more than once, number 1. But number 2, learn how to discount the information that doesn't matter. I mean, your victim is an apartment, at 1234 Broadway Avenue. Doesn't matter. Who cares? So just discount that. Just read the medical stuff.
Yeah.
And
RTF
don't
Q
skip
squared.
questions because it counts against you.
Mm,
At least give an answer.
that's true, right? We got another one, guys, in the chat actually. Christian, he's taking his Fire 1 exam on Friday, state exam rather on Friday. I don't know what state you're from, so I can't really give you too much background. But if it's anything, so New Hampshire's pro board. So a lot of states are pro board. Dude, just study your numbers, your hose dimensions, your friction losses, smart stuff like that, and you'll be good. I'm not sure if you guys have anything else you want to add to help out that viewer, but or if they're even in the audience, but we'll still
All I had was, hydrant distances, hydrant colors,
good call. Yep.
things like that. I didn't have any friction loss or anything like that, not until I got into bump ups and stuff like that.
We're IFSAC here in Idaho, but I want to say
We are too.
I think that they have, what's the word I'm looking for? Reciprocity with each other.
Yes.
In most
Yep.
states. Like I'm a pro board fire officer 4, but that was easy to just move on into IFSAC because it was just reciprocity. In fact, I want to say, I don't want to toot my own horn too much, but I think there's only like 4 of us in my state.
There's to that, Jason. There's not New Hampshire's actually. So my really good friend actually he works at the state academy. New Hampshire's working on getting Fire Officer 4 brought into the state, and the next nearest one to us in the Northeast, I believe, is Pennsylvania. So we're probably going to take a lot of people from all of New England, New York, and probably some even from Pennsylvania if it's close enough. So that's, man, be proud of it, right?
That's awesome. Well, I got mine through Teeks down in Texas. I actually went down there for a couple weeks and stayed at an American Inn or extended living thing.
Yeah.
Texas is different, but I had a lot of fun with it. I learned a lot.
That's awesome. Yeah. No, that's great. I love it, dude. I love it. Make sure there's no other good. A second. All right, here. Well, I'm gonna go through the comments. I'll give this to you guys to go through. But at what point does building a strong culture become gatekeeping instead of holding people to standards?
Okay, well, this is a loaded one. So I would say at that point, oh my God, how do I say this without getting myself into trouble?
Too late.
Just say
Too
it.
late. Fuck it. So in my district, there's a strong culture of loyalty and friendship above all, education, competence, those kinds of things. The things that should matter don't. So I would say the gatekeeping in that aspect comes into lack of promotional opportunities because somebody else is more friendly with the powers that be.
Yep.
100.
That happens a ton in the fire service, where it is not necessarily what you know, it's who you know.
It does.
And
that's what I'm fighting right now. And honestly, that's why I'm in Oregon right now. So,
I love it, brother. Yeah.
But Oregon's really progressive, so you probably won't run into that as much in Oregon as you would.
I'm hoping so. I mean, we'll see.
No, it's everywhere.
No, I think that's right.
It's everywhere, no matter where you are. Yeah, I mean, you're 2,000 miles away from me, and I can guarantee you it's the same there as it is here.
Sure.
Yeah, what's the old saying? Different circus, same monkeys.
Yep. The grass is never greener.
No, and it's so funny because I'll get people to reach out to me with stuff, and it's just the level of how off the cuff it is. I mean, I'm sure we've all probably seen flying around on Facebook the article of a chief in a state. I don't remember what state it was, requiring his senior officers to do bra checks on the female firefighters.
Somebody tried to call me, and I missed the first part of this. So I came to this watching female firefighters, and if you don't mind, go back 10 seconds.
Yeah. So no, I was just kind of going off on it that it's crazy in 2025 that we have, chiefs will send their senior officers to go to their houses and, firehouses, and do bra checks on the female firefighters. It blows my mind that we still have this problem in the fire. And now, please understand that if anybody knows the individuals associated with this directly, This is not me going at that person or whatever the case is. I'm just, if the material comes to me, I will use the material to my advantage and to start conversation, try to make the fire service better.
It
And
blows
you
my
know,
mind that they would call that broad tips.
What are we going to do next?
That's
We're gonna
insane to
start-
me.
We're going to start handing out stress cards. Is that what we're doing next? Or
I don't where it was like, you know what? Let's make sure the chicks are wearing their bras. Like, who the hell cares? Myself included, there are some dudes who probably should wear bras themselves. So like, why are
hey, I'm a solid B cup, brother.
listen, you cannot tell by being in my vicinity whether I was hot or cold. I always look like I'm cold. There's a certain couple of things that, you know, that's just how it works. So like,
It's called
hey,
an undershirt.
I've even I've even done that. There's been a couple of Shawnee's in the comments. There have been days where I'm like, man, John and Eddie, you guys will get a kick out of this. I ordered a shirt months before we went down to Ohio, and I'm wearing it, and like, I'm sitting at the camera because the camera's not very wide. So I'm like this, and I'm like, man, I can't have this standing on stage. So I went to Walmart. Correction, a store with a blue and yellow, blue background, yellow star. And I bought covers. Hi.
You know, there's
And
duct
I
tape for that
literally
too,
am like,
right?
I'm gonna have to wear nipple covers because my tits are gonna be out.
Me buy them.
She did. Yep. I was like, hey, and I mean, so dude, I mean, they make like really like freaking dude, they make some you could play free like ultimate golf in the backyard with. They're that big. I'm like, my God, dude.
Medical tape was also one of his go-tos for a while.
Medical tape works, except it is extremely adhesive.
You can go to pepperonis to bolognas, I reckon.
My freaking God, I love it. Kevin in the chat group, why are we talking about firefighting? Because we're all firefighters. That's what we do. Every Sunday night, we just get together. We chew the fat. We can't have cigars because TikTok will shut us down for trying to sell tobacco products. That's why I have my grape juice in a wine glass. And if you have anything hot you want to talk about, please hit us up in the chat. I don't know about you guys. So right about 9 o'clock, we'll do a vote on the two of us in the live that have
The one and the lady.
Christmas. Yeah, I was gonna say the problem is so we'll see who gets bragging rights for a whole year, whatever the case is. Let's do one or two more question, comment things, and then we'll go from there. Do we preach family first while quietly rewarding those who sacrifice their families the most?
Ooh.
I think we do. Me personally, I think that a lot of departments, especially in the combination volunteer side, they preach real heavy on, we're family oriented. And then when you don't get a lot of guys to show up for a call, they're like, well, where were you guys? You should have the time. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. Why aren't you showing up for calls?
Right.
So it boils to another couple of things that are down on the list that we won't get to today, but is the tactic of shaming people into showing up, which is, I kind of find it funny myself because the concept of shaming somebody to want to show up to their firehouse if they're in the combination volunteer side, that aspect probably went away with the Mayflower because there's nobody really some people are, but a lot of people are able to understand that the fire service is going to go on without us. The day that I retire will be the day that my position is posted. We'll take it a little bit more deep, and it's another angle I'm working on for a different class that I'm getting ready to release. But if I die tomorrow, my job description is going to be posted before my obituary is. The fire service moves on without us. And there are a lot of people, Terry and Kristen were on one of our episodes, and I never got the stat out before I hit the end record button. And Terry, I'm gonna hopefully you remember, Kristen might know it off the top of her head. The divorce rate in the fire service is astronomically high. Do you remember roughly what it was?
Probably about 70%.
80 or something like that, something crazy.
Yeah. When she, as soon as she said it, I was like, oh, that would have been a great little tidbit. We were just shooting the shit after I stopped the recording so that both of our audios and videos could upload to the software. But I mean, that's crazy, right? I mean, that means that, 2 out of 10 people are going to actually have a marriage that lasts. And we talk about this a lot, right? It's definitely something that I'm pretty emotionally invested in. But it goes back to the whole fire service thing too, right? Like our families are the ones that are going to be there once we're done, and they're the ones that are going to be around. They remember we came home late from shift. We picked up that overtime when we really didn't have to or didn't want to. You missed my game because
Constant fight in
you
my
know
house.
well, and right. So, and it boils down to the old archaic mentality of, well, we need, if you cared about the fire service, I don't. Hang on a minute. We have the motivated paramedic hopefully coming in. He can talk about some NREMT stuff real quick before we shut down. I don't care about the fire service as much as I care about my family, because I know that my kids are going to be there long after I'm done. I have probably 15 to 17 years to go. When the time comes for me to retire, unless I'm, in the middle of a project or something like that, my keys are going to get left on my desk, and I'm done right thereafter. Rick, welcome to the live, man. What's going on, dude?
Hey, sir. I'm sorry I logged in late. I'm obviously at work.
No worries. Listen, I don't know if she's still in the crowd. We have a girl who is going to be taking her NREMT, and I know you and I were just talking about it on your episode. Do you want to run through some of your tips for the NREMT real quick?
Madison,
Sure. I know this sounds. Is Ashley here?
No, you go ahead. Go ahead, Rick.
Okay. So I know this sounds really weird, but the national registry is a standardized test. And if you don't practice standardized tests, you're not going to pass a standardized test. And whether you're using an app, whether you're using, whatever app that's out there, or medic test, or whatever one, I'm not endorsing any of them, but I'm saying if you're not taking tests like you're taking the national registry, you're not going to pass. You need to take 200 questions, 300 questions, 400 questions, and just do them over and over and over, because I can study my book all I want. I can read the slides all I want. But if I'm not taking the slides, or if I'm not taking the questions like I'm seeing them on national, I'm going to get there and go, man, I don't know what happened. Well, I know the content, but I've never seen them in question form. So my biggest suggestion when I tell people who have failed once, twice, 3 times, God forbid, I tell them, stop studying your book and pick up one of the 10 really good ones on the market, from Master Medic to whatever one you like, and do those standardized apps on your phone, like literally to your want to throw up on your phone. Do 200, 300, 500 questions a week, and then you go, I think I'm ready. And don't forget, they grade you. Like, they'll tell you, hey, you're doing 80%, 90%. But that's just my 2 cents.
Have you
I love it, dude.
Have you heard of Sean Fix?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Yeah, I mean,
probably one of the best ones around.
Yeah. I mean, there's probably 10 on the market right now that some are new guys, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with being new. And, there's the Sean Fix that have been around forever. But like, Master Medic, medic tests. There's another one called National EMT Training. If you just Google it, it'll come up. It's one of those ones where you like pay, $30 and they give you a month's worth of time. Or, $60 is 60 days, that kind of thing. And they're one of the ones that like guarantee, if you fail, you send them their failure, they reimburse you for the national test.
Yeah, Sean Fix does that as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things that's, when somebody wants to put their money where their mouth is, that's the people I normally follow. Same in leadership. When somebody actually gets out there, passionate leader, I had a good one for you.
Okay.
I watched a leader not clean up a truck, but said, hey, here's your stuff you used. I got to go. And I was like, yeah,
I hate it, man. Nope.
Hey, I think I'm 2, Terry the fire piper. I can't get along with you guys. I got no stash. I got no stash.
There's got to be a Party City or some sort of store you can paint one on.
Oh, yeah. So if you guys ever want to Google Decatur Fire, Alabama, they have a fire calendar with just the guys have their stashes for the holidays.
Oh my God, that's great stuff.
You always got to run no shave November. Come on now.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
I mean,
firemen
lose it if they lose their stash.
That's how I started with it. So here's how it really went for JP at home with Mrs. Passionate Leader. So I grew it just for November. I was like, whatever, the 1st of December, this thing's coming off. So then we go and we put out, she goes, you look like McConkey from Tacoma FD. So I go,
All
no,
right,
I go, I really don't. So she does a side by
really
side, and on our individual Facebook pages, she's like, she does a little, let's see what everybody thinks. And because it was unanimous that I did, I'm like, you know what? It's staying. There she sits.
It looks thicker now than it did a month ago. I'll give you that.
Dude, it's good. And so the blondes are starting to come in a little bit. So I might have to dye again, but I'm
We'll
not
have
going
to
to go
get
jet
Jason to
black
run
like I
for his
did
money.
last time.
That's a whole nother club, by the way.
That's right.
So not to get off this, Katie, what were you saying? I saw you texting something in there that in the chat that you were kind of scared about going on for your NREMT. What's going on? What do you need?
Yeah, that's a good point. If there's anything we can do to...
Oh, Lemur. Yeah, I see that in the text. Lemur is excellent as well. Lemur education.
I think no matter what test you take, though, you have to eliminate all your distractions, put away your phone.
Yeah, it's
close
modern
your
day.
windows,
You gotta take out your earbuds and just tell
Lock
somebody,
the
hey,
fuck-
I need an hour in this room.
Yeah, right.
Your brain needs energy.
And just
And don't
remember,
forget-
it's
Okay.
it's RTFQ squared.
Yeah. And don't forget, if you're not practicing doing those tests in the environment you're going to take the test in, it's really going to freak you out. Because if you've never taken the modern day NREMT, they put you in this room, put the headphones on you, and you're kind of if you're not used to being in that environment, the modern day EMS provider that has ADHD can't stand the quiet.
Dude,
and they
I took
freak
mine at
out.
home.
Did you really?
Katie,
It was terrible. It was really stressful.
So, I'm 51 years old, and my agency has about 350 people, and I would say over 200 are under the age of 35.
Wow. Katie,
So,
if you know your assessments, trust your assessments.
Absolutely.
Even though you feel like the class didn't teach you anything, if you know your assessments, just know your ABCs and you can go from there. It's okay. You'll be all right. Trust me. Just know your ABCs and know when you need to transport. Call for ALS intercept.
Mm-hmm. That you're right on it, dude. Because honestly, if Katie, if you're comfortable with your patient assessments, that's a lot of your questions. It's all patient assessment, scenario based questions. So if you're comfortable with that, by no means am I saying, don't practice. Take all the practice tests and exams you can, but a lot of the questions are patient assessment based. At least,
And it's based on how it's laid out in the assessment sheet.
Yes.
So there's stuff you'll do on scene that's completely ass backwards to the sheet, but they're testing you on the sheet, not what you would actually do in real life.
Dude, for real.
Go by the sheet. Scene safety BSI.
Yeah. Never forget that silly scene safety, man. That's so true.
Yeah. Scene safety, BSI, PPE, however you guys want to call it. That's one of the highest failure rates is those. Literally, they didn't do that.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Like they just forgot to put their gloves on.
Yeah.
Or they, it
100%.
sounds very silly, but on the written test, we miss it.
We have that when we do our paramedic testing or our EMT testing for new hires.
Yeah.
People miss that all the time. All the time.
And on the written test, it's one of those ones where it can't be that simple. I'm like, it is not that simple. It is that simple. Don't forget, if anybody needs these, they're on the NREMT website. They're all free. If you go to NREMT.org, all the modern day sheets, I know some agencies have their own or states have their own, but NRE in our own, they're all free. You can download them, print them. You never have to buy them.
100%, Katie. And just like what he just said, seriously, go there, print out the sheet. It's going to be a little bit different, but it's not going to be 100% different.
I'm curious about something because I'm West Coast, things work differently out here to some degree.
Yeah.
So we took the national registry. Once I passed that, all I had to do was submit that to the state and I got my state licensure. It wasn't two separate things, right?
Yeah.
Well, I think what she's referring to is like to pass her class, and then after she's passed her class, they'll tell you if they think you're on track.
Yeah, like
No, I
like
think
she has her own
she's
class sheets. Yeah.
yeah, she's in Wisconsin and she's going to take her NREMT.
Oh,
So
Wisconsin's really progressive with EMS.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm from Alabama, where ours is like yours on the West Coast. We just get our national, we turn it into the state, we pay our $20, and here's your state license.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, I'm in Florida, so it's 100% different beast down here.
Yeah, that's where I started. I started in Palm Beach County in Jupiter, Florida.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm from
Yeah.
West Palm, so
Oh yeah, that's where I went to Palm Beach. At that time, it was Palm Beach Community College.
yep. Yeah,
Now it's Palm Beach.
I went to school at Indian River Community College up in Vero Beach. So
That's where I did my EMT.
yep. Cool.
I love it, man. Look,
Yeah,
look
now
how
I'm in
love
Huntsville,
it.
Alabama. Hey, I know you guys are all over the country, but it's cold here at 21. I'm sorry, I'm in a jacket. It's
12 here,
21
buddy.
in Alabama. It's cold.
Yeah. I think it's like 5.
It was 75 here today.
I know it's.
Well, I'm from Idaho, but I actually got my bachelor's degree from Alabama. I think JP, you're in the same program.
Yeah.
It's Columbia Southern. So
Yeah, I was.
Okay.
I finally just finished it. So that's
Good job.
finally
buddy.
behind
Good
me.
job.
Katie
Yeah.
says it's one below.
One below.
Oh,
And where's Katie at? Is she in
She's in
Wisconsin?
Wisconsin. Wisconsin.
It's in here.
yeah, for real. Yep, little Canada, if we will. So I made a note of it, Katie. So you'll have to come back and hit us up after the 20. I'm not sure what the Sunday is after the 27th, but come back in the live and we'll see where how you made out and what we need to do if we need to get you realigned somewhere.
And if worse comes to us, sorry not to interrupt
No,
you,
please do.
Passionate, but Katie, send me a message if if you need help or whatever. I can point you in directions and give you test sheets and stuff like that. So
Yeah, man, we're all here for it, right? I think that's a really good point. I love it.
Yep.
All right, guys.
Everybody's here to help everybody.
Amen. Amen. You guys want to do one more question, then we'll vote on Eddie being the best ugly sweater?
I don't know. Yeah, his is definitely the best, but I sent you the picture earlier.
That's true. That is
yeah.
true. So we do have to say Death Raven is wearing he's wearing a t-shirt because yes, it is warm, and the one and only state in the union right now that actually has heat. that does say, look at me being all festive and shit. So that one does count as an option as well. And what's
Hey,
what's
Pastor,
on?
I gotta go.
All right,
I got a
brother.
call. Have a good day,
Stay
everybody.
safe. Stay
Peace
safe.
out. Be safe.
Bye.
We I mean, really, the only thing that's at stake is bragging rights, and maybe a subscription to Patreon. That's about it.
I don't know. I think his tits were actually pretty amazing. So
and they're also
I've been dating down so long, I might fall in love.
right.
I will actually forego my entry in order to go for his tits.
Well, if you think this shirt is nice, you should see me in a speed up.
Oh, dynamic.
No, my grace.
Tell him, Big John, it's something else, ain't it?
Listen, I don't know.
That don't even describe it, old boy.
All right, guys, let's do one more and then we'll go. So, how many of our leadership principles are tested when someone we like is the problem?
All of them.
Right? Every single one of them. I would say.
Every one of them.
There's nothing worse, and I'll speak from my own experience. So when you're a line officer, it's you and a firefighter that's the problem. But when you become a captain or a deputy, now the person you're disciplining are the people that sit at the officers table with you when you're doing your monthly officers meeting. So that can be a little bit different because it's like, man, it's almost like you're having a conversation with your kids. Like, man, why are you making me do like what we're looking for? Why are you making me have to hold you accountable to certain standards that we shouldn't have to be having this conversation right now?
It can feel different, but the result needs to be the same.
Yep.
Yes.
Regardless of whether you're your buddy or not.
100%.
If you can't be effective in that scenario, then you have no business being an officer in the first place, in my opinion.
Yeah, man. I'll be your friend until you make me be your boss.
That's
You
right.
know,
Well, and even then, I feel like if you can't take direction, like me being on the younger side, not to call you all dinosaurs, but me being on the younger side, not being able to take direction, that leads to complacency, and complacency has no room on the fire ground. And there's also your feelings on the fire ground. You know, we're there for other people. So,
Yeah,
That's right.
100%.
So JP, you and I actually discussed this on our podcast, and the way that I've avoided all of that is by having a expectations meeting with anybody.
I heard that.
That's new underneath me, because then if for whatever reason I have to give discipline, like, it's not a surprise to anyone. Like, I told you,
Right.
this is what I expected, 100% from day one.
100%. Every promotional exam that I ever took, it was always one of those things that, hey, you're coming into a new crew. You got guys that are, 20 years younger or that are 15 years less your senior. How do you approach that? Or do you have a guy that's, even 4 or 5 years your senior in the fire service? And it's like, yeah, you have to use their experience, go with your own, and then help mold those younger guys. 100%.
Yeah, most of my leadership experience has come outside of the fire service, because I've only been in the fire service for a little over 2 years now, and I used to be a manager at retail store. That one specific one you were talking about earlier, JP.
Blue background, yellow star.
Yeah. So, and that was like what you were saying, Jason. I had an expectation meeting with anybody I hired on. I let them know, hey, this is what I expect every day that you come in here. This is what you can expect from me. And that's just how I handled it every single time. And there were no surprises. I mean, at the end of the day, and I got pretty close with a lot of people that worked for me.
Are you really a leader if you don't do that?
Not a good one.
Not an effective one, for sure.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah.
That was very diplomatic way. I was gonna say, no, you're just holding title at some point. People like there's a lot of people that'll walk around a fire ground with a different colored helmet and have no damn business holding that helmet on their head. It's just honestly the way sometimes it goes.
Well, it's like being a parent and not leading your kids in the right direction,
Well, and right, and it's, I mean, generally speaking, we don't have a hard time. If they're toddlers and infants, kids don't listen. They don't listen when they get older. But I don't shy away from having a hard conversation with my 16 or my 11-year-old, because I know that an expectation has to be met, and there's no reason why that we can't do the same damn thing with grown ass adults, because you can have an actual conversation with people.
It could actually even be easier, right?
Yeah, 100%. Right.
It should be.
It is,
but
right.
it's not.
And
it's not ever.
Never. No, it never really is ever. No, it's a good point.
Does anybody have, like, so we tried to push in to my organization. So as doing the firefighter evals, do you ever put an eval for them to do about you?
Ooh, the reverse eval.
To see how much you can improve or where at.
100%.
I'm going to answer that question. I just need to check my audience first. For illusion.
100% yes. Because how are you going to get constructive feedback about how you're doing from your crews at that given time?
Amen, dude. Yep. So this actually just came up at our organization during our monthly business meeting. We were getting sort of like the administration's rundown, basically the State of the Union type, State of the Department address. And the conversation came up of, needing to do employee evals at the end of the year. And one of our lieutenants was like, is the opportunity going to be there for us to do reverse evals as well? The deafening silence mixed with my tinnitus left a ringing in my ear for the rest of the night. And there's a certain level of humility. So sometimes people need to hear that hard stuff. Like, oh man, like you messed that one up, or you need to be better at this. People look at evals as personal attacks, and they're really an opportunity for you to see where over the next 12-month period you have room to improve. And then when you come back the next 12 months, you're like, all right, so last 12 months ago, you really weren't the greatest at controlling your temper on scene, or, your ability to, um, manage people wasn't good. And all of a sudden it's like, you really improved upon that over the last 12 months. And you can actually start to see trends in one way or the other. And it's a lot of people see employee evals as a tax and not as actually a tool to improve their enrichment of the organization type thing, which it's unfortunate. It really is, truthfully.
I'm going to admit something here that I think I'm kind of in the middle on this one. And the reason is that from a subordinate's point of view, right? Like, I could always give them more ice cream breaks or whatever the case may be, right? Like, but I harken back to a particular incident where I had a subordinate. We were in a structure fire and it was a shed, but it was full of propane, right? So we had to set the engine back a little further than we would have liked, but we didn't have enough hose. We have 200 feet on our cross lane, so it wasn't quite enough, right? So
Yeah.
I asked Nate, go get me another 50 feet. And he brings me a 2.5. We're running 1.75 inches, and I'm going to admit to you right now, I lost my mind when the call was over. Right? Like, I mean, you're a
Didn't have
certified,
your pocket reducer.
right? It's like, you're a certified firefighter. Like, there's certain things that I would assume that you know.
No, you know what
Yeah.
assume is.
Oh my God! You're not wrong, right? But he's not in the fire service anymore. But anyways, the point is, I maybe might not want a reverse eval from that guy.
Amen. Right, because those whose toes we've stepped on are going to try to use that opportunity to kick us in the dink. But
exactly.
But to what you said, I mean, Big John and I experienced it when we were together a while back in November. And there's just certain things you're like, man, the stuff about, I'm going to go off on a tangent about certs. If you have your card or whatever your state wants to call it, man, I've seen some carded firefighters who probably couldn't fucking force their way through a wet paper bag.
Right.
And it blows your mind how people will do that. But I mean, you're not wrong, Jason, man. I love the thought process as far as you're going to get bad ones. I mean, there are people that I know that I ruffle feathers with in my organization. They're gonna be like, yeah, he's not a good guy. He talks bad and down at people. And it's like, no, there's a difference between me talking down to you and me telling you what you need to hear type thing. Like, me telling somebody that they suck at backing a fire truck in the door is not me saying they're a bad person. It's me being like, dude, you're being guided in by 3 people. How do you still have to snake this thing in the station? Like, just get your ass out of the seat and I'll back it in myself. Like, or how about the ones that when they pull it out, they feel they need to hook it as soon as the front tires start to clear the door. And when they go to back it in, I'm like, listen, you're pulling it out to wash it. All you have to do is just hold the wheel straight and still, put her in retreat and back it back in. And all of a sudden they're moving the wheel. And I'm like, what the hell did you do? Like your compass didn't change. You just pulled it straight out, back it back in. Like,
and their tail swing took out a bullard. So now you got to explain all the problems.
Dude.
Now you done ripped the steps off the
I might
ladder
have done that
truck.
a few years ago.
We've had the conversation of looking into getting an aerial device, an aerial apparatus in our station. And like, 1, we need the commitment from the members first. And 2, there are a few where I'm like, there's a skill there. That's a skill that I don't even have, because I've never really driven a ladder truck or anything like that before. But I'm like, there's a little bit of extracurricular knowledge you have to operate those things. And
I'm a state certified.
There you go.
In California, we had driver operators, and then we had engineer operators. And the engineer operator was on the tiller, like the tiller, and then the driver operator was in the front.
Yeah, man, dude, those tiller operators or something different.
I was neither.
That's nonetheless, that's a pretty badass situation and place to be in. I've never been on the bendy straw before, but
Yeah. We don't have tillers down here. We just have ladder trucks.
Oh, I love it.
On the reverse evaluation thing, one of the things that because when you're doing that, you're always probably going to have at least one person that's really just doesn't like you. And you're probably always going to have at least one person that probably likes you a whole lot. So what I do as far as, or what I used to do, a solution to that is take
the worst one, throw it out, take the best one, throw it out, and then there you've got it. Usually you've kind of got a good mean median of what you can look at.
Yep. Would it being anonymous make that even a better situation, or is that
It's never anonymous.
Which is
Yeah.
true. There's anonymity is never really there, because especially if they're handwritten answers, you can certainly tell who writes, who writes certain, or honestly, I mean, we all generally write the way we talk. So if we're talking,
HR will tell you different.
Perfect world though, right? Like, so the battalion chief would evaluate me, and I would evaluate my driver, and the driver would evaluate a firefighter. At least that's how it's structured in my district. In a perfect world, that would just work. But you're right, it doesn't. Culture being what it is, like I'm having some real struggles with that here lately. But we'll talk more about that, JP. I promise.
I'm excited. I'm super stoked for you, man.
Oh, there's some stories.
Maybe you need another episode or two.
I'm telling you, listen, we are. I am in need of guests for the show. So if anybody wants to be on it, please reach out. I've had I know I'm working with you to try to get you on too. Terry's been on, Jason's been on, Big John, I'm going to get you on.
I can give you all a different perspective because I actually work with community risk reduction. So that's a completely different thing that I don't even know if you guys are actually doing that up in that area. So it actually involves, community paramedicine and fire marshal and things like that. So
yeah, man.
You run a program?
I'm sorry?
HIMSS? It's a community health emergency response team.
It's more like a MIH, mobile integrated health.
Okay.
Yeah, so we are basically right now we're kind of doing social service, but we're actually going to be transferring into a mobile integrated health to where we actually do long-term care, wound care, things like that, in order to be able to keep people in their homes and things like that. So instead of having to call my
it sounds like
every
the same
3 days.
program we're running here, just named differently. So
yeah.
I got you.
Perfect. All right, guys, listen, we've gone for an hour and a half. We'll take a vote on our sweater. Winner gets bragging rights for a year. I don't think it's really much of a contest here.
Nope, I'm backing out.
Yeah,
Eddie's got it.
I don't have money for fake tits like that.
Hey, that's that chief money, baby. That's that chief money.
Yeah.
Eddie, didn't you win the raffle in Ohio with the mustache stuff? So
I did.
So here's the deal. You already have my stickers and a membership to Patreon. So by default, I had to go on to Fergie, my brother. So hit me up in the chat. I'll get you into the Patreon. I'll get your mail and address. And I'll get you some Passionate Leader stickers to go on your lid and all that good stuff.
Good. I really appreciate it.
All right, brothers. Listen,
I want to send one more thing because I saw,
Yeah, please.
the Jesus loves you guy that's in our chat.
Yeah.
He's talking about he hadn't heard anything from, a department in like 3 or 4 months or whatever. That's definitely, you need to follow up. Just make the phone call, do something, follow up, say that, hey, I'm still interested, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And go from there.
Dude, thanks for for paying attention to because my screen doesn't show me the chat unless I scroll left or right. That's huge. Sometimes, the local government does not move very fast. Things at the government level do not move very, very fast at all. But calling and being a nuisance, it could be they're running a background check. It could be
They may have lost the application.
that is 100%. I will use myself as an example, not necessarily for an application of membership, but somebody will call the station and they will ask for, they'll ask a question. I will write it on a piece of paper and I put it, on my keyboard or whatever. And then of course in the melee of the Monday through Friday administrative stuff, that paper all of a sudden becomes, paper shredder bait. And I don't have I lost their number and I have to go on I hope they call me back type thing because we don't have caller ID or anything like that. So sometimes organizations just lose it, dude.
And I can tell you down here, it's a 6 to 8 week process just right out the get go. So
That's about the same here too. I would add one more thing, and that's for anybody that's looking to get into the fire service. And this is a lesson that I learned the hard way. Do not marry yourself to one department. Don't think this is the one. This is absolutely, I have to work for this department or there is no other. Apply everywhere.
Yeah.
100%.
I love it. All right, boys.
Well, just real quick too.
Yeah.
Kansas City this we're green. I think we're going to do Academy of 4 next year. But we're having this good unified government in Wyandotte County. That's where you go to apply. The caveat: we have a residency requirement. You have to live in the county.
That's true. So there could be a residency requirement, whether maybe like
they're talking about lifting it, but
yeah,
pretty comfortable like about it right now. But
I
Is
mean,
that for like picking up shifts, or why is that? I had that with a department I worked with last year, and I never understood why that was the case.
residency?
Recall.
Oh,
No, not for us. It's more we're union, so there's strength in numbers in the county for voting crap like that. That's just
good point. That's a solid. I mean, but I think to the recall point, there's I know I've had I've been a guest on the Fireman podcast, and I know he is a. I'm not even gonna say what I can't even. So he lives a couple hours away from where he actually, works, which for me blows my mind. But when you put it into, they work 48 or 72-hour shifts. I'm like, that's actually really not that big. So some places do, some places don't. But I think I like the strength in numbers idea, honestly, because there's a lot to be said about being able to vote for what you need to, provide basic necessities sometimes for our firefighters too. So
yeah, but
Yeah,
I'm of the opinion I like to live where I want to live. But I knew
Yeah.
that. Again.
For us, it's
Fair.
you got to be an hour away.
Yeah,
I mean that's still that's a decent ride.
I've never been recalled. I mean, we got 19 stations.
Yeah.
I mean,
You have some hurricanes.
we don't have hurricanes. We have tornadoes, but even then, tornado, nobody got called back in.
Oh, I love it. All right, fellas. Well, that's all for this. If you guys think of any hot button topics for next week, just shoot me a message.
I will.
Yeah, bud, please do. And then, because like I said, I'll be on the road, so I'm probably gonna do it this way too. But I won't hide unless I bring my list with me. I'm gonna have more food reviews than I will anything else. So, all right, fellas. Well, listen. If you guys can't make it on before Christmas, have a Merry Christmas, everybody. We will be on the 19th as well, but if in the outside chance that you can't, before you go, a simple reminder that what you just heard came straight from our Sunday night live conversation. These episodes happen in real time with real leaders from across the fire service jumping in, answering the same questions, and challenging each other with honesty. If you want to be part of those conversations instead of just listening to them postscript, please consider following the Passionate Leader on TikTok and join us every Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I promise you there's no scripts, no filters, and it's just real leadership talk from the kitchen table. If you want to be part of something even further, please consider joining our Patreon page where we have daily conversations, back and forth disagreements in a good, professional, and character-building way. Also, thank you for spending time with us today in The Passionate Leader. If something today hit home, don't keep it for yourself. Share it with someone who needs to hear it. Be the leader that somebody else is praying for. And as always, remember, lead with passion, serve with humility, and leave no room for bottom feeders. Till we see each other again, guys, stay safe.